Modern. This is Top Deck Productions coming to you live from GameSwap from Mason, Ohio, just north of the metropolis of the city of Cincinnati. My name is Joseph Schuster.
I'm Robert Paul Meadows, the third.
The third?
No, I'm
Okay.
actually just Robert Paul Meadows.
And we've two people who are actually already on camera that are playing Relevant Magic for prizes. It's Andrew Tefft versus Andrew Liese. So Pitch Blue versus Infect. So Andrew won his 2 rounds after he was on camera. And Andrew Liese, rather. And then Andrew Tefft, I think the draw put him in the same bracket as...
No.
I think it's like 7 points for 6 points.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
mean. I'm tired. I did a lot of yard work today.
Yeah.
I use a. Do you know what a bobcat is?
I do.
Yeah, I use one of those.
Well, speaking of digging for things, it looks like, oh man, I was going to transition real well there, but I didn't see actually a draw spell cast. I was hoping that's what Tefft was about to do.
You know what? I appreciate the effort. That just requires knowledge of things that you may not need to know.
It does. It does. It requires life knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge.
So you know Andrew Teff's deck well here.
Yep.
What is his relevant interaction against an Infect threat?
Spell snare.
Spells.
For young blighted agent. I was blanking on the name. Also, he has Blast Zone, like in the sideboard,
Okay.
for all the Infect 1-mana threats.
How about an Inkmoth Nexus? What does he have for that?
Unsub? Snapback?
So we've got 2 Inkmoth Nexus, animates Inkmoth Nexus #1. And we are attempting, it looks like, to cast Distortion Strike.
I was just Might right here.
Gonna try and draw some counter spells out on the spells that are... I would assume he's doing this because he's got other spells behind that are going to present more of a threat. So
Disruption Show. Yeah, see?
so
See? Andrew Liese is smart.
he's a very good player. I've had the pleasure of playing against him a lot over the last year because we both go to Rooster on Fridays, and I've played him against Infect. I've played him when he's been on 8-rack. He's good at analyzing lines. He actually day 2 to GP. He day 2.
You mean open?
No, the limited GP up in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, and that's why he's like, oh, I can actually do well.
Yes, he's come to the conclusion he's actually potentially able to play this game at a high level. So
Yeah.
So the 3D chess move of drawing out on Disrupting Troll, the Disrupting Troll.
Oh, that was double Mugenic Growth.
Oof. So half his life total gone.
But you know what card is... Oh, my. You know what card is really good? Really good?
What's that?
V-Click. No, these players not 3-0. Andrew is 201, and Andrew Tefft is 201.
And Andrew Liese is 2-1.
Yeah.
So
I realized my mistake there.
you did. You did a good job.
I was like, wait a second. They're both Andrews.
So we got a Rancor on the draw,
Wait, I think
a
so.
Groundswell, or is that become immense? I can't tell.
So I think Andrew Tefft is dead here.
I think he is as well.
Oh, I would use Inkmoth. Okay. You know why? Because you use Inkmoth, you put Rancor.
So V-Click.
Yep. I think we just... But, like, if Andrew doesn't draw any interaction this next turn, he might be dead.
Interesting. This is all going to end quickly, one way or another. Andrew has all of the ways to end the game quickly in terms of his win condition, putting poison counters, game over. But he
Wait,
does
what
not,
Andrew?
Yeah, you're right. We're being pointed out by a stream runner. We need to use last names. So Liese can end the game quickly through his threats. Tefft can end the game quickly by doing the lockout, which is really not a whole lot Liese has available to them to stop, except probably some spell pierces.
I want to bring up one important fact here. Andrew Liese
Yes.
becomements the Inkmoth Nexus. So Andrew Tefft would be forced to block.
And he did.
Yeah,
He did.
because if he didn't, he would be dead.
And we've got Rancor behind. Which,
And I think he's just dead.
yeah, I don't
Because
see anything.
Andrew Liese drew a... wait, no, we could get Snapback here or Unsub.
So we got an Impulse, Days on doing.
Oh, and we're dead.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. I mean, that's great for next turn, but it isn't going to help him now.
Because Andrew Tefft is at 5 Infect.
That is correct. And so Liese can activate Inkmoth 1 with Inkmoth 2, and then he's got his 2 land he needs to make,
So
make
Andrew
the match
Tefft
cap.
is just playing this out, hoping he survives. Because isn't Rancor +2 or +3?
+2.
Okay, so he's open. Okay, so he hope he draws a land and bricks. So Tefft is playing hoping Liese brick. And when you use that, might.
Might have Old Crosa.
Yep.
Well, that's enough.
Yep. And we had the Blossom Fence backup.
Yep. That was a quick one for you. That's Infect, though.
Yep. Yeah, that's like why you play Infect sometimes. Like, all right,
It all
cool.
goes back to originally getting the Disrupting Shoal on the Distortion Strike.
Yeah.
His least valuable card in this matchup.
Yeah, he was like, all right. See, and boom, Andrew Liese is a genius.
Well, let's bring it back a little bit.
He's a messiah.
That's had too many declarations of Messiah. Though that was a fantastic game of Magic. Andrew Tefft played an absolute classic draw out on camera for, I guess it was round 2.
Round 3.
It was round 2.
Wait,
Because round 3 was humans.
Oh, yeah.
But
They're kind of blurring now.
yeah. Round 2, if you missed it, go back and watch. It was Pitch Blue versus Sultai Reclamation. Andrew Tefft
Being a wizard, drawing 16 cards
drew 16 cards, and on the last card he drew
was
got
what he's needed.
what he needed to essentially lock the draw in.
Yep.
Otherwise, he was going to go down to Creeping Tar Pit beats.
Dude, Creeping Tar Pit is a drug.
That's a bold take.
No, you know what other creature lands a drug? Lumbering Falls.
Lumbering Falls, isn't that the
Blue green.
yeah? What
Pay 4 mana.
What's the yeah.
3/3 with hexproof.
Hexproof? Because then the Boros one has double strike.
Yep. It's a 3/1, right?
Yeah.
Or 4/1?
No, 2/1.
2/1. Oh man, I was like, I have no idea why either.
Good question of why would Andrew decide I want to counter Distortion Strike? Because he's going to get it back. Like,
Yeah, like it's free. It's like 1 mana for +2.
Yeah, I guess because he's going to get it twice.
Yeah. And who knows? So like he has a V-click in hand. So like on the rebound is like, oh, I'm worried now.
It is value, but it's probably the weakest card.
Yeah, like it's probably because the reason he countered probably because he did have the V-click.
Right. And he's like, that's fine, I'll get this. He might have 1 pump spell behind.
And I have a V-click.
And I have V-click, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, so I think now we think about it, the more it makes sense for Tefft to counter that Distortion Strike. But yeah, so one of the best things I ever got to do with Lumbering Falls, I was playing against Grixis Control with one of my teamer piles.
Well, what a perfect card for a teamer pile.
Yeah, he was like, tap your team, bounce Lumbering Falls. I was like, activate Lumbering Falls, Visual Cryptic.
Man, did you dab on him after that?
No, I was like, he was like, your team staff's like, no.
No, it's not like Searing Blaze, homie. You gotta do both.
Well, no, and because the way like Cryptic Command is like, it says tap every opponent's creatures, not like target opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So the only moves with target on Cryptic Command is counter target spell and bounce target permanent.
Correct.
So if you fizzle it with 1 target, you fizzle the spell.
Right. Like, and it's the opposite of Searing Blaze, whereas that is 2 independent actions.
Yeah.
So as long as both targets were legal when you cast it, because I've had a situation playing Burn where someone has vialed in a Drogskull Captain to try and hexproof the target, and I'm like, okay, well you take 3, and they like looked at me confused and called the judge and had me explain to him, yeah you still take 3.
Yep.
So it's interesting how some of these cards that has like multiple things that they do still resolve, and some will fizzle. And I think it has to do with the phrasing of if they're independent actions listed on the card or if they're contingent actions listed on the card.
So bringing up Cryptic Command, so how's this, most of the time when you counter something, it's a single target.
Right.
A relevant thing to do against Living End, because they bring in the trap, is you counter the living in and you bounce the land. Because the trap says change the target of a spell with a single target. So since you have counter the spell and bounce the land, it's 2 targets.
Okay.
I know, it's very unique.
Mm.
Like Runefiller Trap, I think it is. No, what's the trap that living in plays that gets around counter magic map Manir?
I don't know living end well enough.
So if he brings up the trap, explain this would be a lot easier.
Did they play Ravenous Trap?
No.
All right, so Andrew went to 6, had a scry for Inkmoth Nexus and liked it on top, of course. Why not? So he's going to bobble.
Yep.
He's on the Become Immense plan.
I love that plan.
I do too. Why not, right? Like, yes, I would like my Infect creature to have +6/+6. That seems good.
Noble Hierarch.
So I guess Andrew Liese has no idea what Tefft is doing. So
I think
choosing to bobble probably on end step so he can
have an idea.
You know, duck any potential discard. I mean, there's black.
Ricochet track. Thank you, Randall.
Yeah,
Not this trap.
Ricochet trap.
Yeah,
okay,
so
I don't even remember that one. It's from Zendikar, but I don't even remember it.
Yeah, bring up Ricochet trap so I can explain this point to old Joseph. So, change the target of a spell with a single target. So what you do with Quick Command against Living End is counter to the Living End and bounce the land.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
That's some 3D chess.
it's very minor to know about, but it's important to know about.
There's that post-board blast zone from Tefft
That I talked about.
that you talked about.
Dude,
So
it's the next level 3D brain, Galaxy Brain.
you do have a next level 3D Galaxy brain. I completely agree with that statement. That's in no way hyperbole. But what isn't hyperbole is the giveaway. So
The giveaway. Boom.
if you've got a few minutes left here, we're going to do this at the end of the round. The giveaway is for a Death Shadow from Modern Masters 2017.
Yep.
It is 25 points per ticket. No cap on the tickets per person. The way you check your points is exclamation point points, exclamation point enter to buy a ticket, exclamation point enter with a number to get multiple tickets. Point system, real quick, if you have subscribed, that's 500 points. 50 points for following, 1 point for every 1 bit cheered, 5 points for every 10 minutes watched, 10 if subscribed. So check your points, check to see if you've got enough for a ticket, and if you want that Death Shadow, get entered before the end of the round, and we'll do the drawing right after that.
Yep. Also, Woken, I don't play chess, so I assume my rating is 0 or the lowest possible rating you can get. Do you play chess?
I used to, actually.
Oh, what was the highest rated?
I never had an ELO rating. I just played casually for fun. So Pendelhaven is Andrew's draw, which is definitely good in this matchup. Nothing quite like being able to pump your dude without having to worry about interaction from your opponent. He's going to fetch probably a shock line of some kind because, I don't know, just forest. Who cares about your life total in this matchup?
Yep. So, Miata, you can enter 10 times. No, you should be able to.
So
You need 25 more points, sorry.
Fortunately for Andrew, while Blast Zone will hit Noble Hierarch, it will not hit
The young Inkmoth Nexus.
the old Inkmoth Nexus.
The old Inkmoth.
And I'm looking right now at Tefft's hand. I see 2 Narsets. I see V-Click.
And I see Commandeer.
I see Commandeer. Oof. Okay, that's a good one.
Yep. Ooh, Groundswell.
Groundswell on the fetch. I see a Spell Pierce in Andrew's hand.
Yeah.
I wonder if he is going to keep the mana up for that.
I hope so.
Because is he going to see Commandeer coming?
I think he does.
So Tefft got it good on Infect there. I think it's up to 6.
Yep.
And so Tefft has got the pieces he needs to
But
start
it's so
doing business.
clunky.
Yeah, but like to do so, like, well, Commandeer is an out for him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Spell Pierce.
to not spell pierce Narset. Ooh, that's rough.
Yeah.
Because now he has to burn the Commandeer, right? Like, there's no choice.
Yeah. And then he can't blast. I think Liese has this game.
Yeah, I think he just locked it in because now, no matter what, Tefft
Because
cannot.
I think Tefft has 3 blue cards.
He does.
Like, and Commandeer being one of them. I think he's looking up. So, Pitch Blue, Tiki Jiki, Mirror Memer is a deck that plays a lot of blue cards that you pitch, like Force Oil.
Yeah, it's abusing a lot of different cards that have been printed in the ancient past that cheat mana by discarding cards. Things that Wizards does not do anymore for a reason.
And, like, you use, like, symmetrical effects of Days Undoing and the flashback of Commit to Memory. And Lore Broker, Mikakuru, Gallery Sanctum, like all those like symmetrical effects that basically has disadvantages because they're symmetrical, right?
Yeah, and you have Narset or Notion Thief to break the symmetry on them and get a ton of card advantage.
Yeah, so like back when I first played Magic, like started learning to play Magic, my friend told me like one of the most powerful things you can do in Magic is break symmetrical effects.
That's very true, and this is what this deck does.
Yeah, look at Living End. That breaks the symmetrical effect of Living End.
So he is definitely going to commit to the Commandeer on the Spell Pierce. But that isn't really relevant here, is it? Like, I don't even with this resolving by tapping down I think isn't Tefft dead next turn just to Inkmoth beats? He's got no outs to it. Because he's going to impulse here, but what can you do on one colorless? There's Tyrant Scorn, which would be really handy if you could cast it.
Yeah, so he's just like hoping the blue card he gets can kill Andrew Liese, whatever. Bounce the Ink Moth with the snapback.
I don't get playing Narset here, but I guess he had no choice because what else did he have available to him?
I think like he's thinking like this is the best chance I can actually win this game.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a pump spell, I can untap and really do some damage and win the game. So yeah, take Days Undoing, and if he somehow doesn't get me this turn, I got it.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going for, I think.
And meanwhile, he's got Andrews. I think he's got plenty behind him.
Oh, I think he's dead. We discard Become Immense. We do not need that card.
Because he's got Blossoming Defense and Pendelhaven, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's it.
We discard Bobble.
Yeah, don't need that.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I don't need this. So now like we can just activate Inkmoth Nessus? Use Pendelhaven?
Yeah, then cast Become Immense and dab. I think that's it. Or just cast Blossoming Defense.
We got a reader.
Is that a...
We do not have any Neoform, and this is the last round. And that was the last game of the night.
That was Vines of Astwood, not... All right. Anyway, we got it.